What's going on, everybody? This is Matt Does Fitness, and I'm actually quite dazed because a book has just fallen on my head. To be fair though, I've only got myself to blame. Come on, that was pretty strong. Right, this is my squat day from week 3 of my second ever cycle of Wendler 531, boring but big, the hardcore edition of that. This is my first working set. 5 reps at 117.5 kilos, 259 pounds. Now, today wasn't a great day. As you may know if you've seen my previous videos, my squats have been flying up. They've been comfortably the best lift I've had in Wendler so far. They've been progressing really nicely. I've been really pleased with my progress. But today was a little bit of a setback. This is my second working set, which was 3 reps at 135 kilos, 297 pounds. I felt fairly strong at this point. Nothing special, but fairly solid. But it was on the plus set where things went a little bit not as good as they have been going. There's a little, some guy was asking me for some weights. I thought I'd leave them hanging, and then I said yes. Yeah, so here we go. This is my plus rep set. So this is 150 kilos, 330 pounds. Now, the week previous to this, I'd done 314 pounds for 11 reps. So this is an additional 16 pounds, and I was thinking I was good for probably 7 or 8 reps. However, as soon as I unracked the weight and came out, it just felt really, really heavy. I've squatted heavier than this before, not in Wendler. This is the heaviest I've gone in Wendler, but it just felt heavy. I managed to get 5 reps. You'll see them now. I reckon I had probably one more there. I just kind of bottled it on the 6th rep. You'll see it in a second. But I think this is probably one downside, one criticism of Wendler, if I had to have one, is that I don't think you have enough chance to get used to the heavy weights. So that was my 4th or 5th rep, I think. I think that might be my 5th rep. This is, yeah, you see there, I just kind of, I don't know, I got stuck. I didn't really push through it hard enough. I probably could have forced it out, but for some reason I didn't. I just bottled it. I was quite annoyed afterwards, but yeah, 5 reps, that was that. The app target was 6 reps, I got 5. Like I was saying, I just feel like with Wendler, because it's kind of constant rep work, although it is kind of gradual progression, you will obviously get used to the heavier weights eventually. In the interim, when you do go slightly heavier, so 150, 330 pounds is fairly heavy in squats. Not massive, but it's fairly heavy, and it just was a bit of a shock. So next time I get up to this weight, I will go a lot more. But yeah, I think I just need a bit of a chance to get used to the heavier weights. Anyway, right, this is back to my starting weights. The weight of my first working set, 117.5, 259 pounds. This is the first of my 5 sets of 10. I say 5 sets of 10, that's misleading in that I didn't do 5 sets of 10. I managed 3 sets of 10. At that point I was smashed. The last of those 3 sets of 10 was a real struggle. I had to grind out the last couple of reps, and I've decided to leave it there. Anyway, moving on to my accessory work. I did some like lat rows, you can see here, bent over with a dumbbell. I did 3 sets of about 12 reps of these. This is the other side. I know what you're thinking, exciting camera work, and you'd be right in that thought. What I did was I kept the weight light, and I tried to focus on really isolating my lat, because I feel like sometimes when I do these I use my torso a bit too much, and I kind of negate some of the work that my lat should be doing. So here I tried to keep my torso really fixed, keep really strict form, and I felt a real nice amount of lat engagement, so that was good, and I will keep doing these slightly more frequently. And then I did some machine lat pull downs. Now I say machine, that is a generous description of this piece of metal. It is a collection of pieces of metal crudely screwed together. It probably will and has fallen apart on numerous occasions. But yeah, I guess you could describe it as a lat pull down. I did 3 sets of, again, about 12 reps of these, and again I was trying to be strict. I was trying to pull from my elbows, and again try and hit my lats, because I feel like sometimes I don't always hit them as much as I should. And you can see there I was getting a decent amount of lat engagement, so I was pleased with that. I don't do these that often, but I'll try and do them a little bit more. But like I said previously, and I had done loads of times, I'm trying to rotate and do different accessory work all the time, so I keep it fresh. There's an annoying piece of machinery in the foreground there, but ignore that. Move your eyes to the left and you'll see me doing some seated dumbbell arm curls. Now I did like kind of twisty type ones, so coming down as hammer curls and then coming up as standard curls. I did 4 sets of 10 of these, and that was my session. So like I said, frustrating squats, but it will get better. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, I will see you tomorrow.